Hello, welcome back to my channel, Heaven's Audventure. I wanted to do a video talking about the CPA exam since I am in the middle of taking it. You're not halfway yet. You said middle. Anyways, long story short, I have taken 4 exams total, 1 regulation I passed, and 3 audit that I have not passed. You're an auditor, obviously, and can't pass audit. Anyways, this exam is hard as hell, and what are you doing here? I just came to remind everybody I took the exam 20 years ago, had to take all 4 parts at once, so I don't want to hear no complaining. Okay, yeah, you can go now. I don't want to be here anyways, you young chaps. So I wanted to shed some light to those of you who have not taken the exam yet and have questions about some of the basic makeup of how the CPA exam works and what all it entails. Cowtails? Entails. Oh, I got you. So for starters, the CPA exam is actually made up of 4 different exams, so it's kind of confusing for your average Joe. I'm so confused. You have 18 months to pass all 4 parts, and the date starts when you pass the first exam. So like over 4 months for each exam? Yeah, if you can happen to pass all 4 the first time, then probably. Not you. Nope. You're an auditor that can't pass audit. So the exam itself is administered through the AICPA, which is the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and NASBA, which is the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy, which is kind of like the boss man of all the different state licensures. Is there going to be a quiz at the end? Hush. So if I ever pass my actual exam and get to be licensed, I'll be licensed within the state of Tennessee under NASBA and be a member of the AICPA. I have a question. Obviously, your hand is up. Does each state have different requirements to be like licensed in that state? Good question. So which state do you plan on working in? Whoever hires me. Okay, yeah, so go to the NASBA website, find whichever state you'll probably mostly be working in, and then check the requirements. You have to know your education requirements and your employment requirements because every state is different. Some states let you take the exam while you're still in school, some make you wait until you graduate, some let you take it right before you get 150, some let you take it even when you don't have 150 as long as you're about to finish in like 100 days to get 150. I was getting there. When? So now let's break down each of the sections. Which should I take first? That is 100% your own decision. There's no required order to take them. Like if I was still in school right now, let's say I was taking advanced auditing, then I might have the best chance of taking auditing first and passing it without much effort at all. I will say most people do take FAR first because it's massive. It has the most amount of content. Typically takes people the longest to study. So what is FAR? Oh yeah, sorry. So this is FAR, Financial Accounting Reporting. It's really big. And this is basically all 4 years of college of accounting in 1 textbook and 1 exam. So that exam is 4 hours long. There are 5 testlets. Each have 33 multiple choice questions. Each of the first 2 multiple choice have 33 multiple choice questions, 66 total. Then you have 8 simulations, 2, then 3, then 3. What are simulations? Task-based simulations, or TBSs, they're really hard to explain, so I'm probably not the best to do so, but they try to mimic real-world experience on the job. So like for the audit exam, my simulations will have a bunch of exhibit tabs at the top of like Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, PDFs. They'll give you like an inventory listing, an aging of accounts receivable, the maker's depreciation schedule, and you have to use all of this knowledge and figure out, you have to know the concepts well enough to know how to use the knowledge that they give you to answer the really complicated questions in the simulation. And there are no word problems, but they essentially are word problems because you don't really have a high percentage of getting it right. Unless the answer is like yes or no, then you have a 50% chance of getting that one right. But a lot of the drop-down menus in the simulations will have like 26 options. They'll literally be A through Z of the different options you can choose for your answer. So they're really complicated. Long story short, for me, they are harder than multiple choice, but some people excel in simulations and struggle with multiple choice. It all depends on how you test. So this is regulation. So that is mostly taxation, both the individual taxation, corporate taxation. You have like estates and trusts, gift taxes, real estate taxes, all kinds of the little taxes are part of that exam. Business law is in that exam, but it's a really small amount, but that's basically like contracts, contract law, whether it's void, voidable, all of that stuff that you learned in your business law course. This exam is about to change for 2019, so you only have 1 window left, which is right now, starting in October, to take this exam and pass it before it all changes with Trump's tax reform. But right now, it is 4 hours long. You got 5 testlets. Each of the multiple choice, 1 and 2, have 36 questions each, 72 total. Then you got 8 task-based simulations, 2, then 3, then 3. Are you noticing a pattern? Oh, Lordy, I'm stressing. Yeah, imagine cutting your life off for a few months to study and not passing it. Is that what you're going through? Yes, with this stupid exam. This is Audit. It is not humongous, but it is the 3rd largest exam technically. It is a 4-hour exam. There are 5 testlets just like the others. You have 36 multiple choice questions for first testlet, 36 for the second testlet, so 72 multiple choice, 8 simulations. You have 2 in testlet 3 and then 3 simulations for 4 and 5. What's so hard about it? I honestly don't know. I think it's just because it's a lot of gray area. It's very vague. There's not really any concrete answers. You kind of have to use your best judgment to answer the questions. Most of the multiple choice questions have 2 correct answers. You have to choose the best answer. So I always get hung up on those. Yeah, she sucks at tests. There's a lot of candidates that struggle with Audit. I'm not the only one. I try to believe I'm not the only one. So what's the last section? Yes, so this is BECC, Business Environment Concepts. It is the smallest book, at least for Becker. These are the Becker books. It typically has the highest pass rate per quarter in the high 50s, low 60s% pass rate. There are 5 testlets, but it does have a written portion. So you have, I think, 31 multiple choice for testlet 1, testlet 2, so 62 total. Then you have 4 simulations and 3 written tasks. So this is the only exam that has a written portion where you do actually have to type up like a memo or some sort of letter. It'll tell you in there. Wow, so I have to pass all of those in a year and a half. Yep. So if I fail one, I can retake it right after, right? Yeah, so there are 4 testing windows per year, and so each quarter you have 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. If you can take 12 divided by 4, then you're solid. So you can take all 4 exams in the same testing window, but you can't take the same exam twice in the same testing window, which is impossible to do because you don't get your scores back until after the testing window, so you don't even know if you've really passed it or failed it until it's all said and done, and then you can register for the exam again for the next testing window. So basically the maximum amount of times you can retake an exam is 4 times in 1 year. Those NASBA heifers make you wait up to 3 months to get your scores back. 3 months?! Yeah, like Heaven's about to have taken Audit every single testing window of 2018. This is crazy! Are there any questions? Yeah, so what's the point of all this? That's a very good question for another time. So anyways, that's the CPA exam in a nutshell. And we will see you guys next time. Yeah, when she fails Audit for a 4th time. Ignore her, please. Oh my God, there's actually a CPA